Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. This is my regular monthly Everything in Bloom on the 8th. Conveniently falling on a Friday this month rather than on the Sunday like it does sometimes. So also just to let you know that I've got the Wessex Orchid Society's garden party tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be filming in Alan's grow spaces. So we'll see what he's got going at the moment. And I mean, he's got an awful lot more orchids than I have for a start. He's sort of up near the 700-800 mark, I think, as opposed to my meagre 160. That's more than enough for me. But yeah, it's not a very big one this time, but it's more than I was expecting when we did this last time, because some things have come into bud. We've got spikes and things that weren't there last time or hadn't been seen last time. So we'll have a look round, see what we've got. This is the end of this one, I'm afraid. It's been out an incredibly long time. The Infundibulum behind it, the other black hair one that I got, black hair type, that was in bloom from February till almost the end of July. This one not quite so long and it is virtually gone now. Once you get the brown tips and the sort of semi-see-through look, then it's not far. The blooms on the other cane have already gone. This was the second one to come into bloom. They'll be gone soon, and then quite honestly over this side there is nothing. There's a reason for that. Because as things come into bud, they tend to get moved over the other side. That's why everything's always over there in bloom. I've got no buds on the paths yet, but I'm relatively confident that certainly the blackjack is moving itself into the position where the buds will come. It's like a sort of pair of leaves followed by another leaf, and then the bud comes out. Also this one, there's a lot of new growths. I think we should get a bud on here reasonably soon. We shall see. In fact, is that one? No. Never mind. So nothing over here at all. Our Cymbidium with the buds, the original spike failed, it aborted. But now we have one up here. We have another one here, tucked away in the undergrowth. And we have several others. Another one here. I can feel the buds inside there. There's at least another, there's another one tucked in here. So there's going to be 3, 4, maybe 5 spikes on this one. So that's going to be quite a good show. Now I have worked out which one it is, because the label just says Cymbidium hybrid. And it's a process of elimination. Because one of the other hybrids I've got is white, and it's got white written on the label, and that's one of the smaller ones over there. I've got one that's yellow, and it's got yellow written on the tag. So the only hybrid that hasn't got a colour on the tag is this one, and in my notes it's the bronzy coloured one. So that's what we're expecting. Now over here we've had a little bit of a burst. We've got the Coelogyne here with the bud on. That's progressing slowly. This is the one that's had to have support for the latest bulb because it was hanging out the side of the pot. Once I get another new growth started, we'll get that potted up a bit more sensible. But I have to find the tags. I don't want to do pop-ups. That's Holochila. Coelogyne Holochila. And the one before was just a Dendrobium hybrid, the white one with the gold lip. That hasn't got a name. Now this Coelogyne here, compared with the previous spike, this is not a good spike, but it's the second spike on the same bulb. So I'll put up with whatever I can get. Beautiful combination of colours. Needs a closer look. That deep brown with the sort of creamy straw type colour is a very good combination and lovely markings. in the lip, patterning and relief. You know, it's got raised elements, furry bits, so very, very attractive. And that's Coelogyne tomentosa. And coming over here, we've got the sorry, as soon as you start getting close to this, the fragrance actually hits you, and it's incredibly powerful. So this is Prosthetia radiata, probably one of the most fragrant orchids that's commonly available, and it bears closer looking because it's not, from a distance it doesn't look much. Blooms aren't very large, but they've got that lovely purple veining, and obviously Prosthetia, most of those are the upside down blooms. So hello, somebody's woken up. And then we've got, both of these are in bloom now. These are both the same. They are the, well, it was Bratonia, it's something else now. But it's Shelob Marie. And it's slightly fragrant, but it's never gonna, I'm never gonna know the fragrance of this while Radiata's still out, because that just overpowers the whole grow room. So again, nice patterning, nice colour combinations. Yeah, looks good. And then behind it is this Oncidium type. It's probably an intergeneric, but it's got no name. It was just bought as a hybrid. And again, lovely colours on this one. It's the combination. Not huge blooms, but quite large. Quite large. And then behind us, it's not going to be easy to see, but we've got this Oncidium type down here. Has a spike pushing up with the buds just starting to show. Now I don't know what that's going to be until those buds open, at which point I'll do a tag with a marker on it. Somebody gave me a good idea, which I will follow up, is that when I've just got something like Oncidium hybrid, if I give it a number, then firstly it doesn't take up a lot of room on the tag, as opposed to like bright yellow with red bits. That's longer than the plant name. But if I just give it a number and the same number in my notes, then I'll always know what to expect from the spikes. And then the other one behind it, you've got the spike heading off towards the window. You've got another one there and another one just there. So this one's got 3 spikes on. It might have a 4th. In fact, I think it has, if I can get my hand through there. Yeah, that looks like, yes, that's the 4th. So that's going to have 2 spikes on 2 new growths. So 4 spikes on there. And again, I don't know what it is. So we'll have to wait and see. But as we go past these hybrids with no ID and they come into bloom, if I start this numbering system as I go along, then I can do the original tag with the number on and update my notes, and then forevermore we will know what the blooms look like in anticipation. And then I don't think we've, oh yes we have, we've got one tucked in down here, which is not going to be very easy to see, but the Masdevallia falcata has a spike with a bud. Now that's never bloomed for me yet, but I know roughly what it's going to look like because I know what it's a primary cross, I know what the 2 parents are like. That's Coccinea and Viciana, and both of those are quite large blooms. Standard Masdevallia shape, triangle sort of shape with 3 tails, 1 up and 2 down, and it should be orange basically, and it should be quite large, as I said. So we've got that one to come. That's the only Masdevallia, right? And then nothing else up here at the moment. I think the next, not surprise as such, because it's half expected, is going to be this Miltoniopsis, because it's got so many new growths that are all pushing on, and it's never bloomed for me. So I would expect some of those new growths to actually produce spikes pretty soon. We shall see. And then last but not least, my Habiki is in bloom now. This will be in bloom a long time, and it's got a cluster in the centre of the plant, but there are other clusters of buds farther away from the centre. Yeah, so it is going to have more around the outside, won't just be in the centre of the plant, whereas it was last time round. So yeah, gorgeous colour again, unusual combination, orange centre with that sort of pinky purpley type colour. Unusual combination, but it sort of works. It's not the sort of combination you would think would work, but it does. So good stuff. And that is it at the moment, which, as I said, that's more than I thought, because those two Oncidium types, they didn't get noticed last time, I don't think. The Masdevallia certainly wasn't, and I think we just had some buds on the Habiki, so we did look at that last time. So there we go, that's what I've got at the moment. It's not a huge amount, but given that this is the growing season, and that's what I'd prefer all my plants to be doing, is growing, then at least we've got some blooms. And to actually have a Cymbidium on the way, that I'm well pleased at, because obviously they provide a big splash of colour, because they've got the height, size of the spikes, and whatever colour the blooms are. And like I say, there's probably 4, maybe even 5 spikes on that plant. They'll be staggered. Obviously that one's well on its way. Buds are starting to separate from the spike, got their gap between them, whereas this one is only just pushing on. So and others are down here, right down in the plant. So well staggered, this one. It's going to be in bloom a long time. So there we go, that's it, that's what's in bloom. I'm not sure there'll be an actual video posted tomorrow, because I'm out all day. I'm not sure if Hannah's going to come. She's not well. She did let me know earlier in the week and said I'm not sure about the weekend. She's been off work and not been well at all. So I'm waiting for an update to see whether I set off to pick her up tomorrow or not. We shall see. So she may not be down this weekend. There's no point in her coming to a social event if she doesn't feel good. You know, it's just not worth it, is it? So we'll see how she should let me know soon. And yeah, if she's not down, then I've got a normal Sunday, do a normal Sunday chat. If she is down, I'll try and do some sort of Sunday chat. We'll see how we go. And yeah, thanks for dropping by and all that. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.